All right, Sprinter 3500. I'm getting ready to flush the power steering oil. Here's what I'll be using. And there is a Mercedes-Benz additive you can buy. Here's the part number to prolong the life of your power steering oil. I'll give you time to copy down that part number. And ultimately, the special German pliers to remove those special connectors. So let's get on with it. All right, now here's your power steering fluid reservoir here. The pump is located right below it. I'm going to follow down the line right here. The feed's at the bottom here. I'm going to come out and disconnect that, drop it down to drain the reservoir here. I've already jacked up the coach. I'm going to do a steer to steer, lock to lock. There's the coach jacked up. And steer to steer, lock to force that fluid out. So I'll put the key on the second position. I will not start the engine, but do the steering wheel lock to lock, and it'll force that out. Here's that hose coming down here. I'll have to take off where it feeds into the cooler there in the front end, and I'll pull that off, and that'll be my drain point, and that'll force out the fluid. Then I'll put it back on, refill it, add my additive, and call it a job done. So here we go. Now you could put a hose on that to catch that, but I want to show you that fluid shooting out as we jack the steering lock to lock. Look at that old fluid shooting out of there. I've got a drain pan down there catching all that, and I'll wipe it all up. But once we get it, I'll put the fresh in and we'll be good to go. Okay, now I've got a funnel on my reservoir. I'm going to put my additive in, and I'm going to start pouring in my new fluid. Well, after that, then I will lock to lock again. We've got to get air out of the system, make sure there's no air. So we'll do lock to lock as we feed the system, and I'll check the level. Yeah, you can see on your stick, it gives you the points. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but mark your points of where you need to be in your hash marks there. And this will be another job done. So again, a Sprinter 3500 doing a power steering fluid flush. Okay, now you can see the volume decrease as we lock to lock the steering now as it feeds the system. All right, and I'm going to keep going, and I'll check my levels. But as we feed the steering, it'll pull that fluid in, the new fluid.